Hi guys, are you ready to make your bracelet? You should have everything you need in this bag. Let's lay it out and get started. Okay, let's empty this onto the mat. Be careful, some beads will roll away. You should have 13 beads and 36 inches of string. It seems like a lot for a bracelet, but trust me, it isn't too much. Okay, this will be kind of a template for what we're doing. You'll need a round or semi-round bead. I've used one like that and one like that before and one like that. So choose which one you want for your clasp. That's what it's for. It'll go inside the loop on this end. So I think I'm going to do the pearl. And then we're going to lay these out. And it doesn't have to be exactly like this, but you should have two larger beads. So we'll put them together. And then we'll start splitting these up into groups of two. The way I did the bracelets is you should have two of each color that matches these, kind of like this. And then you kind of play with it and put it in the order you want. I think that'll work for me. We're going to do that. So this is how my bracelet's going to lay out. And if you look, it's similar to this in the way it's set up. So the first thing you do after you've gotten it laid out is you need to decide how big of a loop you need for your hole. So I would like my knot to be tied somewhere around there. Okay, once you get it tied, you want to make sure your bead will go through there. You want a little bit of extra space, otherwise that makes it too hard to do it up. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to work from this end, because that's our clasp, from this end down. Oh, something I forgot to tell you. You will need a flame to help you. You can use a lighter. I like a candle, then I have my hands free. Melt the ends, because this string will fray. I have a little funky spot in mine, so I'm going to retrim it. I'm going to stick it in the fire and then instantly kind of pull it down to a point. That will help you get your beads on there better, because some of them don't have as big of holes as the others. So then you'll stick one bead on each string. Oops. This one has stuff over it. So let's do this. We're going to take a paper clip, because it is not got a hole, and we're going to poke a hole. That's super easy. And then we're going to go back and we're going to stick it on our string. Once we get two on there, we kind of want to make them lay fairly straight, and then you can move them. You just want to decide where your knot is going to go, and then you're going to tie a knot, and you can redo that again and move it a little, and there's your first set of beads. And then, not that it always lays, but I try to go opposite. So this side has the peach, and so I'm going to put a green on this side now. Whoops. And I'm going to put a peach on this side. And then we'll lift it up, and we will lay it to where they lay somewhat flat. And you don't want them to be too tight, because then they won't move at all, but you don't want them to be so loose that your bracelet's going to be as long as the necklace. So as we get towards the end, we'll work on that, exactly how long our bracelet's going to be. So there's the next one. So we'll lay it out here and we'll do our opposites again. I'm going to have green and an orangey peachy color. So then I'll hold it and see how they lay, and I think I will tie it there. And you just do these simple knots all the way down and get it close to where you want it, and then tighten it up. Okay. And then the next one, peach and green. And you lay it there and decide where you want your knot and tie another knot. This is actually a super simple way to make multiple bracelets of all different colors, of all different sizes of beads. Let's not tighten that yet. It's not where I want it. So we want my knot to go down closer. A little bit of room. See, we're not quite there yet. We still have all our beads. Okay. Let's do these ones are one at a time. So you put one bead on. I think I have a hair from the melting. Just a little tail that doesn't like it. So we're going to trim that. It'll help it go through our bead more. You only have one bead here. And so you'll just tie a regular knot here. Here, I'll put my scissors on it so it stays, so you can see. When I'm by myself doing this, I hold it between my knees. But you guys wouldn't be able to see that if I did it. So I tied the knot there. And then we can go do the other one. And I am going to put the rope or the string on the other side of this bead. And so we are going to, tie this one. Let's get our heavy scissors again. And make sure we have a really good knot there. Not that it matters, because as soon as you tie the next one, it's not going anywhere anyway. And those I don't leave quite as loose as these. I want these to be able to move, but since there's only one of those, I leave it where it's at. And then we'll add our next bead. And at this point, you're going to want to measure to see how close you're getting. And mine will be perfect. I don't like mine tight. I want it to be able to move on my wrist like that. So mine will be perfect when I get it done. So and if you have too many beads, if you have a skinnier wrist than me, you can leave off one set of beads. If you have a larger wrist than me, you can spread them out a little bit more. Make more space in there for them to move around. Okay, so, and here's my last bead. This one's going to be my clasp. So we're only getting one string, and then we're going to tie it. Let's hold my bracelet down. We want this knot to come all the way over to this side. So you want to move it. There we go. Until you have your knot there. And then we will try to tie a square knot. A square knot is going to help it stay after we cut it and melt it. So once you get that there, you will cut these little ends off, and you don't cut them right up to the thing because you want to have some to melt. Just a tiny, tiny tail there, and then you will melt that, and it'll melt down into that knot, and it'll never come undone unless, of course, you pull it hard enough to break the string. So, and then you add that, put it in there, and see, now you have your bracelet. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'd love to see pictures of your bracelets when you're done.